Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome to my first ever YouTube video. I'm so excited that I can bring you this video. I've posted a couple of times on YouTube before, but never to this channel and never for my art. And I really wanted to get this video posted before the new Steven Universe special. So I'm doing a little speed paint for you of Pink Pearl. I've always been really interested in Pearl. She was probably my favourite character. And as soon as we saw Pink Pearl in that flashback, I was just taken away. Loved White Pearl, but, you know, everyone with their theories and everything, I just wanted to know more. So once we saw her as Pink Pearl before she lost her colour somehow, I was really excited to get to know her. And yeah, I just think she's amazing. So I wanted to draw her kind of looking happy but a bit solemn with a hibiscus, which seemed to be Pink Diamond's flower before she turned into rose. So I thought that would be kind of interesting, and I wanted her to have sort of a semi arms crossed diamond salute, I don't know what they call it, arm position with the hibiscus in the center. So I skipped recording the sketch because my sketches are so incredibly messy, and I didn't think it would be super entertaining to watch me erase something about 20 times before actually getting to the point of what I wanted to draw, because for me, I really struggle with thumbnails and it's something that I want to work on more. And so my sketches are always just like disasters basically until the last one. So I skipped to the pretty much clean sketch, which after a few sketch layers, I'm the type of person that usually likes to refine it down to pretty much exactly where the line art's going to be. So I know that it's going to look good before I put the line art down. I can see the whole layout of the image and I can see exactly what it's going to look like basically. And then I went in with just the regular pencil brush in Paint Tool Sai, which is a program that I use, and just went to town with a really thin line art. I used to be a really thick line art sort of person, but I'm kind of on the fence about it, you know. Sometimes I like thick line art, but for this one I wanted this piece to be really delicate, and so I wanted to go with the thinner lines. And I always have my sketch line layer underneath in blue, and then so I really know I don't understand how people can use a grey sketch layer because it confuses me. Anyway, I wanted her also, when I was picking colours, I was mainly picking them from Pink Pearl from the dream sequence. But then once I was picking more colours, I really wanted her to be she's kind of a bubblegum pink, same with Pink Diamond, whereas Rose is almost a bit of a warmer pink versus a cooler pink. Even though her colours are supposed to be the same. It's just kind of the vibe she gives off for me. So I really wanted her to be this really bluey pink, kind of pinky, purpley sort of one. And then the hibiscus, the pink hibiscuses are usually this really soft peach. So I wanted that to kind of continue through and have that as a bit of a contrast with a really warm flower surrounded by the cooler pink tones of Pink Pearl. So I'm just filling the colours in now, and I'm not the type of person who can do the fill bucket tool because I never plan out my line art that well. I'm sure I could do it, but I've just never gotten into the flow, and I quite enjoy colouring in the line art and making it look really nice and smooth versus kind of just putting colours on. And I like to have every single colour in a different layer. I'm a huge fan of separating things by layers. I also had to work out what colour her eyes were, but I changed it anyway, made them a bit more purple than her actually in the show. Anyway, yeah, I really like to have the layers separated so that I can do the shading on each one, which sometimes I do in a separate multiply layer, or in this one I'm just doing it straight on top. And you can see a few times I actually totally mess up and accidentally erase the whole layer, but that doesn't matter. So I'm just going through. I wanted to have slightly dramatic shading this piece, kind of from above and kind of half of her face in shadow, which is probably, I think it's the side that her eye is actually cracked on. So I wanted it to be fairly dramatic, kind of a bit of a like side spotlight effect, but I still wanted her to look really delicate. Like obviously pearls are kind of made to be servants, which is terrible. And they're made to be beautiful kind of possessions. So I wanted her to just look otherworldly. Obviously she's an alien. And I wanted her to look really serene, still, and just really soft and smooth. So I started off, I actually played around with the shading in this one. So you'll see an interesting shading. First, I'm just starting off with some cell shading, to kind of lay out exactly where I wanted the light source and the major shadows. I've been watching a lot of Proco. Strong recommend if you want to learn some anatomy. It's amazing. I've just been watching his free videos because I don't have the money to watch his full paid videos, but his free videos are amazing. So I'm really trying to focus when I'm doing the shading on the three-dimensionality of her, and the kind of, at the moment, just the major planes of her form, and then I'll move into the minor planes. In terms of my art style, I kind of go between doing cell shading, and I really like multiple cell shading, where you've got kind of one layer and then a deeper layer. And then I also really like soft shading, where it's really nice and blended. Sometimes I like the painterly look. In this one I do the cell shading, but then I blur it out and add some further shading so it's a bit more softer. Here I add some lashes, and I wanted her to have these really big fluffy lashes, but I don't know, just looked totally wrong, so I got rid of them and I just stuck with the bottom lashes, which I really like, and it kind of makes it look a little bit strange. But yeah, so I start adding some just changes in colour in her skin, so kind of the blush of her cheeks, tip of her nose. And here I start playing around with a different type of shading, which I ditch later, but I still think it's interesting to keep in because it's kind of a weird look. And I actually really liked how it ended up. It made her look really plasticky almost, which I was quite fond of, but not quite what I was going for this piece. So I just left it in so you can see that and see what you think. Let me know if you like it. I thought it was pretty, I don't know, weird, but still fun to do. And then in a second I'll switch back to just kind of the painterly one once I've I save it as a separate one. I'm pretty sure I name it weird shading. And then I move back to blurring out the cell shading and turning it into a bit more of a traditional painterly shading. But instead of having strokes, just from the brush tool, I use the watercolor brush tool to really blur everything out, just because I wanted her to look kind of super smooth. On a usual regular human, we have kind of these harsher planes and harsher lines that you might want to play up. You know, sometimes we have bags under our eyes, which would mean that you have a harsh line. But for Pink Pearl, once again, I really wanted her to be nice and smooth. Oh my god, I hope you can't hear my cat. He's yelling at me for some reason. I wanted her to look really smooth and kind of like a porcelain doll, which is always kind of the vibe that I got from pearls. So yeah, I'm just running through the shading now. I'm so excited for, I think it's called Change Your Mind, the episode for Steven Universe. I've kind of fallen off of Steven Universe a little bit with all the hiatuses, but every time a new episode comes out, I'm always super excited to watch it when they do come out. And it's been awesome, this Battle of Heart and Mind. Big, I suppose it's not really a Steven bomb. But anyway, Steven event coming through and being able to watch it and seeing Homeworld's awesome. I wish episodes were a bit longer, so hence I'm really excited for, I think it's a 44-minute episode, and I just can't wait to see what happens. I really, really hope that we get Pink Pearl's backstory and a bit more of how she turned into White Pearl, and I don't know, I just want her redeemed. I feel really sorry for her. Hopefully, a lot of people are thinking that she's kind of like running Homeworld, and I kind of hope that's not true, just because I've got a real soft spot for pearls and I just want the best for them. Like blue pearl, love her. Yellow pearl, the best. Especially the little humanizing parts in the last couple of episodes with blue and yellow pearl. They're just so sweet. And I really just want to see them, you know, on Earth, just having a good time, relaxing, living the life they should live, because obviously they're a bit downtrodden. I mean, I'd also love to see other pearls, because I always say, you know, Ruby, I think it was Eyeball, Ruby, wanted her own pearl. So I'd love to see other people's pearls and what they look like, how they compare to the Diamond's pearls. I mean, we know our pearl, she's technically a Diamond's pearl, but she's kind of got a different look to when she was a Diamond's pearl. So I think seeing kind of lower ranking pearls, especially Rhodonite's pearl, if that's how you say it, I'm not sure, would be really exciting and just super fun. I'm obsessed. Anyway, I always love seeing new gems. So, and pearls always been my favorite. I mean, amethyst, garnet, I love them to death, but I'm one of those people who's a big pearl fangirl. So I'm always wanting to know more about pearl. Anyway, back to the drawing. I was working on the hibiscus, and I wanted that one not to be as smooth, a bit more organic. So I did leave the harsher lines. It's still pretty smooth, but I did want it to have a bit more texture than pink pearl. And I'm just adding the final touches. Once that shading's done, adding a bit of glow to the hibiscus just to make it pop a little bit. I'm working on the hair. I wanted to make that look super shiny and smooth, but not too in your face either. And I think she's looking pretty good at this point. Just now adding the kind of backlighting. I wanted it to be pure white, light hitting from behind her. There's a bit of white diamonds always watching. She's coming. So I added that little shine just as a bit of a foreshadowing for what's about to happen to our poor pink pearl. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please let me know, or if you have any tips. Obviously, I'm still super new to, posting on YouTube and also art. Like, I've been drawing for ages, but there's so much to improve, and I'm hoping this YouTube channel will help me improve. I'd love to see your art as well, and I can't wait to watch the new episode of Steven Universe. So have a great day, guys. I'll catch you next time.